Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Crypt here. Welcome back to another video, or if this is your first video ever seen me, hello, my name is Crypt. I just said that, but I'm a rapper myself. Love me the melodies and the flows and bars and just all the music things related. Give me the You may or may not have seen me react to these guys a few times. Falling in Reverse, I really enjoy this band. They just dropped a brand new album called Popular Monster last week, and we're gonna do an album review. And if you're unfamiliar with how I do my album reviews, I do them a little bit differently. I take all the songs and then I rank them in order of my least favorite to my favorite, and just give a nice little quick synopsis about each song and what I like and what I don't like, and then talk about the album as a whole. I'm gonna give a nice shout out to my friends over at Manscaped for sponsoring my whole channel. If you want me to follow you back on Instagram, all you gotta do is use my code CRYPT20 at the checkout. You get 20% off and free worldwide shipping on anything on the website. And like I said, I follow you back on Instagram because that's dope if you want to support me in that way. This t-shirt is very comfortable, but they got boxers, they got beard trimmers, nose trimmers, cologne, deodorant, shampoo, all kinds of great stuff over there. So go check it out. Code CRYPT20, 20% off free worldwide shipping, and a follow back on Instagram. But okay, Popular Monster, the brand new 11-track album from Falling in Reverse. It looks to be their very first album since 2017's Coming Home, and the album cover is Ronnie RADKE's mugshot. Great promotional material there. So yeah, it's crazy. I've actually reacted to almost every single song on this album because it has music videos. There's actually only 3 songs on this that are new, which I'm personally not a fan of when artists do this for albums. I think it's okay for like an EP, but in the world of streaming that we are in today, this is absolutely the move that you have to do. Albums are kind of a lost art right now. I saw a picture that Ronnie posted, like as soon as the album dropped, it already had 800 million streams or something crazy like that. So obviously that's going to push it towards being a #1 album and bragging rights, and it's just a great way to promote an album and push an album. But as a listener, I want a ton of new songs, and so to only get 3 brand new songs, well technically 4 because Prequel was the single that released with the album. We have Prequel, Bad Guy, Trigger Warning, and No Fear are the only brand new songs on this. And just going back and looking at some of these songs in their catalog, like Popular Monster was a 2019 song. Voices in My Head and Zombified were both in 2022. So really, I kind of look at this more like an Eminem's curtain call. It's like a greatest hits album with a handful of new stuff. So there is that slight bit of disappointment for me because I am a fan of the music. I just wanted more new stuff. But on the other hand, I understand as an artist myself, this is what you have to do. I'm actually about to do something similar, but I'm going to call it an EP. Going to put out like 10 to 12 songs that are already out and then throw in 4 or 5 new songs for people. That way I can kind of clean the slate and get ready for an actual album. So maybe that's what they're doing. But okay, coming in at the number 11 spot, my least favorite song on this new album that they have is Bad Guy. It is one of the new songs on there, but for me, the over-exaggeration of the voice, it's like the super emo version of Ronnie RADKE. I get that there's an audience for it, but it's just like, it's too much twang for me. I like it in the chorus. I think the chorus sounds great. I think all these songs are structurally sound, like very, very structurally sound, but on the verses, that over-exaggeration of the syllables and the enunciation is just too much for me. Coming in at the number 10 spot was actually the single that was released with the album, Prequel. I did a reaction video to this music video. It was insane. All these music videos are crazy, but compared to all the other songs on this list, like I said, it kind of feels like a greatest hits album because all these songs are crazy. This is probably one of my least favorite because it is kind of derivative of an NF sound. I know he's been defending that on Twitter, that he's been doing stuff like this for a long time, like on old mixtapes and stuff, but I still just can't get over that it does sound like NF's Clouds. Like, it just does. I'm sure maybe it wasn't intentional, that wasn't what he thought going into it, but as a listener, it absolutely does still have that same kind of cadence, has that orchestral type stuff, and even some of the emphasis on the delivery is the same, like the that little yell sound effect. And sure, maybe NF wasn't the first person to do this, but he certainly is the person that everybody associates that with. I know this is a shitty example, but like everybody associates this with John Cena, but he wasn't the first person to do that. Yayo was the first person to do that. I'm sorry, it's the only example that I could come up with off the top of my head. Regardless, I still fuck with the song. I still like it. Coming in at the number 9 spot, I have another new song, Trigger Warning. I tend to like kind of lean away towards political style songs. There's a couple of them on this album, but I do like the way that they are delivered on this. It's not just like straight fucking word vomit of buzz points. Those are the political songs that I hate. But this song is just structurally sounding really great. But I really, really enjoy the switch up of like the piano solo that happens in this. I don't know any other Falling in Reverse songs that have this cool piano solo in the middle of a rock song. There's obviously pianos in other songs, but they're like designed to be ballads. This one isn't, and that piano is used really, really well in this. Coming in at the number 8 spot, we have the title track and the title of the album, Popular Monster. This is the most streamed song on the album by far. I think it has more than double of the second place stream song on this. Well over 300 million, which is crazy. My YouTube channel as an entirety has 250 million views. So this one song has been streamed more than anybody's ever watched me in my entire life. That's crazy. So obviously I'm probably not in the majority of the opinions having it so low on the album. Personally, I just feel like there's other songs on this that I listen to more. That is quite literally it. There's nothing wrong with the song. There's just other songs that I prefer to listen to over this. That is the problem when you get a greatest hits album like this, because all the songs are very, very good. And somebody could see the video and it's like, wow, the fuck is Popular Monster number 8 out of 11? 7 on this. That's crazy. It's like, bro, because like they're all good. Somebody's got to go to that spot. At number 7, I have another new song called No Fear. I actually really like this one. I wish there was a music video for it. I'm a huge fan of when rappers get into their shit talk bag, and he's clearly pissed off at somebody on this. And I can hear that his rapping skills have gotten better since previous rap songs that I've heard from him. And again, just shit talk. Who doesn't love a good shit talk song? I know I do. Dropping in down at the number 6 spot for me, which I thought was the craziest collab ever. And I was so pissed that it got ruined for me, like the surprise of it, because this was originally dropped as just the title of the song and none of the features were listed. And so if I had reacted to it immediately, I would have found out the feature by accident and by complete surprise, and I would have lost my shit. But so many people messaged me on Instagram, was like, Tech9 is on this song! And if you've never watched any of my videos or don't know me, Tech9 is my favorite rapper of all time. I have like 6 signed canvases of him. So yeah, obviously the number 6 spot is Ronald with Tech9 and Alex Terrible. This song probably has like my single favorite moment from the album. Obviously I am partial to Tech9, but I actually watched an interview of Ronnie telling Tech to kind of change his verse a little bit to make it kind of explode more into the track. And so when it all culminates and builds up and then the beat drops and Tech just goes in chopping like crazy and the voices are used as instruments, it's so fucking badass, man. That is my single favorite moment on the album. Probably has some of my favorite instrumentation on the album too. I love the heavy deep tuning of the guitar. This is like the most heavy metal these guys get, and it is sick. Almost a little too much heavy metal, too much screaming. I like screaming when it's done in moderation, and that's probably why it's not like top 3 for me, because obviously I'm a rap fan, I'm a rap nerd, and that kind of stuff appeals just a little bit more to me. But I just love the different styles on this, and altogether I nerded out over this song and I still really like it. At the number 5 spot, we've got one that I've actually covered myself. This is Watch the World Burn. Everybody went crazy over this whenever it dropped because of the super fast rap that was in it. I went crazy over it because of the end of the song. That crazy choir happening. The music video was nuts. There's just so much to really like about this, and I think this is one of the first rap introductions that I had of Ronnie. I'm pretty sure I'd reacted to a couple other songs where he had rapped before, but this was just like designated rap, it felt like. Just to show the world that, hey, I can fucking do this, fuck off. I'm just gonna do whatever kind of song I want. And so I really fucked with it whenever it came out, and I still listen to it every now and again, and I actually perform my cover at my shows because it's so fun to perform. And it's that wow factor. Everybody in the crowd's like, oh, he just rapped really fast. Oh my god, he's fucking screaming now? It's crazy. It's not every day you go to a rap show and the guy's up there fucking screaming death metal. And number 4, we have quite literally the exact opposite switch up. Another collab that I was like, holy shit, I can't believe this happened. With All My Life with my man Jelly Roll. For me, this is probably one of the most re-listenable songs, definitely the most radio-friendly song, even though the word fuck is in the chorus. Just the overall sounds like it should be on the radio. And obviously it's with my man Jelly Roll. I've got a song with Jelly Roll. He's a great guy. I use every chance in the world I can to hype that man up. He's awesome. But again, the music video was really nice for it, and it's just a really nice song to listen to. I actually had a couple of my friends show me the song after I had already reacted to it. It's like, hey, have you heard this song? It's like, yeah, I actually do like that. And it's like friends out in the real world that don't really pay attention to my YouTube stuff. So that song reached its way to the masses for sure. And again, I really appreciate that they just make whatever the hell kind of song they want. It's got this modern country vibe and then just a cool little metal breakdown in the middle of this country vibe. It's just such a weird song, but very enjoyable to listen to. Breaking into the top 3, we have Last Resort Reimagined. I really like these reimagining that he does. He really shows off his voice in these. Last Resort by Papa Roach, a classic, especially for a lot of his core audience. I feel like it's definitely a more emo kind of song, but again, just did a very good job at portraying his voice and just hitting these crazy notes and really amplifying himself out there. Definitely a great cover, great reimagining of the song. And finally into the top 2, and like I said, with this being a greatest hits album, literally any of the top 6 songs I feel like could be a number 1 song depending on the day you ask me. But coming in at number 2, I have Zombified, and I actually had it as number 1 whenever I started to make the video, and then I switched my mind. Still don't really know, but Zombified is crazy. I literally just want to throw on Nazi Zombies and listen to that song and play for hours. The guitar riff on that is really nice. Singing is great, and I will never ever skip that song when it comes on. I will show as many people as I can, and the music video is awesome too. So many of these music videos are crazy. But that leads me into my favorite song on the album with Voices in My Head, and I think it's because it is the most relatable song to me topic-wise. Every single one of these songs has great instrumentation, great song structure, just overall very solid stuff. But this one is the one where all the lyrics really hit for me. It also has probably one of my favorite breakdowns of any of the songs, and one of my single favorite music video moments as well during that breakdown and the whole big fight scene. But again, the relatability of all these different voices in your head happening happens to me all the fucking time. But there we have it. Popular Monster, Falling in Reverse, greatest hits album. That's what I'm calling it. Tallied up all my talking points at the end, and it comes to an 8.2 out of 10 for me. But let me know what you guys thought about the album. No idea how many people are even going to watch this. I just felt like reviewing this album today. I love water. But okay, love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Check out this video right here where I had my nose busted open whenever I was weed eating. I do random stuff in my vlogs. Peace out, guys!